Hey, what's up you guys? This is Sentai22 here. How you guys all doing? Well, it's that time of the week again. I'm going to answer your questions, so let's get started now, shall we? Zizzer Rider writes, what do you think about the new Kamen Rider Wizard? That's the new Kamen Rider series that will be premiering next month. It will be replacing Kamen Rider 4's. It looks like they took the head of Hibiki and put it in Deneb's body. That's all I have to say. I mean, it's unoriginal. I mean, I don't know if you guys like it. I mean, that's your opinion, but I just don't. And I don't feel like I'm going to watch this series. Kamen Rider 4's will be my last Kamen Rider series to watch. After that, I'll probably watch other things. But I just don't feel like it. I mean, don't get me wrong. I will always be a Kamen Rider fan forever. But I'm not going to be like a lot of people watching the new series and collect the toys and all that stuff. That's just me. Or even watch it, you know. I mean, you don't have to buy the toys to watch the show. I mean, it's just way too gimmicky nowadays. I mean, I remember where it, you know, the belts were like the important thing in the series. It was the functions of the belt. That was it. But now it's like, you gotta buy this belt, you have to buy this accessory, this accessory, this accessory. It's just ridiculous. And that's the reason why I am moving to something else. And like I said, I am a Kamen Rider fan, but I'm not going to watch the newer series. I'm gonna stick to the classics for now on. The next question is from Zeto Mike 5, and he writes, what is your thoughts on superhero Tyson? Well, I can't give you my thoughts since the movie hasn't been released on DVD or hasn't been uploaded on any sites as of yet. But I just hope that it has a good story and doesn't have any plot holes in it like the other past Kamen Rider and Super Sentai movies and specials. So this one, from what I've heard, should be great. So I'm definitely looking forward to it. So Power Ranger Ernie writes, which anniversary episode of Power Rangers is better, Forever Red or Once a Ranger? I would have to say Once a Ranger because I like that whole diversity of different characters from different seasons in different colors. I did not like the whole red thing in Forever Red because it just made the Red Rangers look like a bunch of douchebags. What I'm trying to say is that when Carter said this was a Red Ranger only mission, it's like, you don't think the other Rangers can defeat Vengex? It's not fair. It's not really fair. I wish that, you know, the Wild Force Rangers could join them in the battle, but they didn't. It was just only Red Rangers. Now, I understand it's an anniversary season, but you can also celebrate the other colors of the past as well. Not just Forever Red, but Forever Blue, Forever Green, Forever Yellow, you know? I mean, it's not just Forever Red. I can understand Red will always be the leader of Power Rangers, but if you think about it, just because you're the Red Ranger doesn't technically make you a great leader or a great ranger. For example, Andros. Yeah, I'm going there. I am going there. Andros is not a great leader, okay? Sure, Power Rangers in Space was one of the best seasons of all Power Rangers, but Andros was never a great leader. Andros was probably one of the worst leaders in Power Ranger history, probably next to Casey, because he was never always in command. TJ was. He was a former Red Ranger, so he knew what to do. I mean, he was the one that planted the strategies in defeating the Psycho Rangers. I mean, what did Andros do? Went about finding his sister. That's all he did, you know? But don't get me wrong, he did a lot of other great things, but he doesn't qualify as a Red Ranger. He just feels like a different Ranger, to be honest with you. And I feel that episode really didn't capture the anniversary well then, Once a Ranger. Not only that, but the stories in Once a Ranger made a lot of sense. More sense than Forever Red. I mean, there's a lot of things that I could not understand, like why are there horses on the moon? Why are they fighting Beetleborgs even though the show was canceled like 6 years ago at the time? Why are the Rangers breathing on the moon? It's like, really? I mean, in Power Rangers in Space, they've traveled through every part of the galaxy. Some that probably weren't even captured on screen. They could have picked so many planets, like for example KO-35, Andros' own planet. They could have picked a great story in that planet, you know, or Edenoi, for example. Edenoi could have been that place. Although then again, it would have just been too much of a reminder of that show, Saban's Masked Rider. But any planet whatsoever. I mean, in Lost Galaxy, they went through different planets. Why did they go on the moon? Didn't make no sense whatsoever. Proving once again that Saban thinks that kids are retarded. I understand that they were trying to make a good story. It's imagination, it's a Power Ranger universe. I understand that, but come on, really? The moon? Seriously? You could have picked every other planet that the Space Rangers and Lost Galaxy Rangers traveled, but you picked the moon? Oh well, what are you gonna do? Vinny792, and I got your name this time right. My apologies if I called you Whitney. Do you think they'll still make cut and paste episode plots for Mega Force, even if the premise is written to be more of Mighty Morphin throwback? And also, do you suppose they're going to give Mega Modes for the Rangers next season as well? I personally hate them. Same here. Your first question, they'll probably take little bits of plots from the Mighty Morphin series, you know, just like a little tribute, I suppose. But other than that, it'll be probably different, although from what I heard, it is going to be, you know, 100% original, not like, you know, copy and paste like they did with Samurai, with the Sentai. So I hope, but I just hope they don't do too much of the copy and paste format. So, and your second question would have to be, I really doubt that. I think they're going to stick to the Sentai cockpits this time, and not, they're not going to get original Mega Modes, since they already have one in Go Sagers called the Super Go Sager mode. So I don't know what they're gonna call it in Mega Force, but they already have it in the Sentai series, so they're gonna use that as the sort of Mega Modes. But yeah, you know, those Mega Modes in Samurai, I mean, why was the purpose of they ever making them? It doesn't make any sense. They weren't in battle. I mean, I wish they could have used them in battle, but no, they didn't. But I guess it's the reason why is because they were so expensive, they didn't want it to get damaged outside. The last question is from Shinobi Dragon 999, and he writes, who is better, Kamen Rider Black or Kamen Rider Black RX, and what is your thoughts on Kamen Rider Zo and J? I have to say, the first question, Kamen Rider Black is probably one of the best Kamen Rider series, best Showa era Kamen Rider series of the late 80s. Black RX was trying too hard to be a good sequel. I mean, RX is great. I mean, RX is good, don't get me wrong, but it didn't really live up to the hype as Kamen Rider Black did. And your second question, I haven't watched Zo, but I did watch J. I mean, J should have deserved a TV series instead of a special. Although then again, it would have been too similar to Ultraman. So just keep it as a series. I mean, just keep it as a special, I suppose. So. Alright guys, that's about it. Hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you guys want, you can answer me more questions, and you can just post them on the links below. And if you want, you can just private message me privately, and that's it. Don't forget to subscribe, and this is Sentai 22, and thanks for watching.